Directions for your Kandinsky inspired ornaments. In this project, you'll be doing a crayon resist. That is when we color with crayon with kind of a medium darkness, so not really dark and not super light. And then you use watercolor paint to paint over it. And as long as you don't color too dark or too light, you should be able to see the color of the crayon peeking through the watercolor. Remember your name and teacher code on the back. To begin, you will fold your paper, make sure it's the correct direction, and fold the bottom to the top. Make sure everything's all lined up, and then crease your paper. Then you're going to fold that in half from side to side. Make sure things are lined up as best as possible, and then crease your paper so you get some nice fold lines. And then one more time, so you end up with kind of like a mini book shape. And then when you open it up, you should have 8 boxes. When you have all your boxes created, you're going to add a circle shape that will be for your ornament. And when you do this, you're welcome to use pencil first if you would like. Just don't forget, if you're using marker, to leave that small space for the top of the ornament. Hold securely to the circle shape you're tracing so it doesn't scoot around and you have a nice crisp line for your circle. For the top of your ornament, you're gonna kind of make a small rectangle shape. Remember, pencil first is fine. So 2 little lines on each side of the opening, and then a slightly curved line at the top, just slightly, like if you kind of smushed your rainbow. Then a small zigzag at the bottom part. And lastly, you'll add a hook shape. It can curve whatever direction you decide. You're going to go ahead and repeat this process. Remember, pencil first is fine if you're more comfortable. Don't forget to leave that little space where the top of your ornament is, and it can be different in every single square if you choose. It kind of creates a little bit more interesting picture if you add the top of your ornament in different spots, with your hook even going the different direction. Then you may use a metallic Sharpie to color in the top of your ornament gold or silver. Really take your time when you're coloring in the very, very small space. When you're finished with the top of the ornaments, you're going to start adding kind of circular shapes of color to your ornaments to mimic Kandinsky circles. And it's up to you whether you start in the middle of your ornament or around the edge, whatever works best for you. I tried both ways and I prefer starting in the middle instead of starting close to the edge of the ornament to create my circle. I think my circles turned out smoother this way. When you're coloring, make sure that it is not extremely dark and make sure it's not extremely light. There should be a little bit of white space showing. The reason why is because we're doing a crayon resist and we won't be able to see the crayon if it's too light, and we won't be able to see the paint if your crayon is too dark. So Make sure you're coloring and you should have a little bit of white spots showing, not too much. Go ahead and color in every single ornament. As I said, you could start from the edge or the middle, whatever works best for you. Do your best to create at least 3 circles inside of each of your ornaments with kind of medium pressure coloring. When you're done with your coloring, you're ready to add watercolor paint. I highly recommend that you refold your paper to get those fold lines nice, crisp, and clear for when you add paint. Go ahead, fold it, and then open it back up. You should more clearly see those fold lines now. And when I start adding paint, I'm going to actually outline my box first with the very tippy top of my brush and then carefully paint around my ornament. When you're done painting around your ornament, you're going to rinse your brush very thoroughly and blot your brush because you'll be switching colors. And then choose colors that are different from the crayon colors you chose. This will make it so you can see your paint color and your crayon color. And if you want to use more than one color on the inside of your ornament, you can. This is what a crayon resist looks like up close. You should be able to see both the crayon and the paint colors.